Alright guys, super excited today. I've got a wee experiment I want to do with the DR10, and also I want to get, obviously hopefully try and get into the 2-second mark. So I've had this car out 3 times, or 3 changes anyway, and my best so far is a 3.20 on 2S, and that's off this battery here, which is a 5200 milliamp 50c Yum Power Lipo. So this is the most powerful 2S battery I've got, but what I've went and done, I've ordered smaller drag style batteries. So this is a Central 3200 milliamp 100c discharge Lipo. So I'm going to see if this is going to make a difference in the times, with also being lighter and having 100c instead of 50. So in the house, before I came out, I've done a couple of alterations to the car. At the front, to stop it dipping, I've done the sort of fuel tubing mod at the front, just on the shock shaft. So it's about a 1/4 inch of fuel tubing on each side, just so it can't tuck down and hit the bumper on the ground if I use the brakes hard, or also if it wheelies and it comes down, it should come down a little bit gentler. And the pinion I had last time when I got the 3.20, I was running a 24 tooth not Robinson Racing, sorry, Racing pinion, and I've upped that to a 30 tooth pinion. So it's running 30/75 gearing, and I'm hoping that'll make a big difference over the 132 foot. The only thing I'm concerned about with that is I've got higher pinions too. I've got up to 35 tooth, but I don't want to gear it so high that it's not getting to its maximum speed at 132 foot. So I might have overstretched the gear and I might need to drop it back down a touch. But if I don't beat my 3.20 today, which I'm really hoping I will, I should still get an answer for if a 100c Lipo is better than a 50c Lipo. So the first couple of runs I'm going to show you just now, we'll get the SkyRC GPS system in, and we'll see what kind of times we're getting with the gearing on 50c. So I'll do a couple of runs with that, then we'll switch over to the 100c battery and see if that's going to improve on the times, if there's any big power difference in the car. So I'll get on with the video, not too much more talking until we get things running and it gets set up, and I'll be back with you guys after a few passes. Alright guys, pretty happy with that. The first couple of passes the car was kind of bogging a bit off the line, so I had to slacken the slipper clutch a little bit, but I think with the higher gearing there's just more strain on the motor. So obviously everything I'm running this car's stock electronics wise, because my whole goal here is to see how fast, before I change any of that, I can get the stock electronics on this car going. But this battery, yeah, got a 3.04 off this battery here on my best time. The times that I had before that was a 3.20 and a 3.40, but it was really just kind of tuning the slipper clutch there, because I think it was just a bit too much on initial takeoff. Once the car got a little bit of momentum, it was absolutely rocketing along there. I think it was over 40 mile an hour, but I've screenshotted it all on my phone, so I'll put the times up for you guys to see. But now what we're going to do is we're going to try this 100c smaller Central Lipo and see if we can get into the 2s. So I'm hoping we can. If we got a 3.04, if I can edge into the 2s today, I'll be super happy. So we'll get on with that just now. We'll try a few more passes, and now the slipper clutch has been tuned up a little bit. Hopefully we'll get this done, guys. Alright guys, just done my first pass there with the Central battery. I got a 3.10 dead, and that was with the car kicking to the side a bit. It was quite hard to control. Could keep it relatively straight, but it was definitely spinning up a lot. But I went to do a second pass and it kind of stopped halfway through the pass, so my pinions came loose, but I didn't Loctite it because generally I'm changing the pinions so much right now. I'm not sure what I'm kind of going to be keeping there, but you can actually see I don't know if I can try and get this in the sunlight better for you to see. If you have a look in here, the pinions came off to the side and actually cut through the front of this case slightly, so we'll have to take this off just now, have a look at it, adjust the pinion, and we'll give it another go and hopefully we can get into this 2-second mark. Right, if you have a look in here, now I've got the case off, it was a bit of a nightmare because it was all melted. My spur gear still seems fine. Obviously the end it's a little bit tad worn off, but I've got a few of these anyway. But you can see the actual pinions came off here, and what I'm going to have to do now, which is a little bit annoying, but I'll try and get a better shot of this for you. All the plastic's melted round the end here, so I'm going to have to scrape this off to try and get to the grub screw before I can put it back on. So yeah, that's a little bit of a bummer, but nothing that's going to stop us. What I might actually do is just keep the gear casing off just now anyway. Probably have to replace that at some point. I mean, it'll still work, but it's annoying me now. I know it's a bit melted, so yeah, I'll get that done and we'll be back trying our couple of passes. Right guys, we've finally done it. All I can say about these Centro 50c Lipos is they're awesome. Initially, you can feel it so much faster even when you're doing the sort of burnout. You can feel it just a bit more kick in the tyres. So obviously I had that little pinion disaster, which I fixed. I put it back on, left the slipper clutch, everything the same, and I done some times. So the times that I got there, I'll put them up, but I got a 3.11 initially, which I'll put these times up on the screen. It'll be so much easier for you to see. Then I got a 3.01, then I've double screenshotted that. Then I got a 2.94, so that's me in the 2 seconds of the car now. The speed was 43 mile an hour on that run, so 2.9 at 43, the 3.0 was at 44. So what I'm generally finding right now is it's all the car, when it's getting going top end, it seems to be, when you look at the speed chart as well, it seems to be going at a great top end speed for the end of the run. But initially on the takeoff, it's just going to be a bit more tuning with the clutch to get the in between bogging down too much and slipping too much. So I really need to work on this takeoff to try and get the speeds further down. But now I'm in the 2.9s, it's going to be getting a lot more difficult to start breaking the speed down. So I'm going to do a few more things. I've still got to try the diff oils that Coach D recommended. That might help a bit too. So the car, other than me changing the gear in and putting the little fuel tubings on the shocks to stop it dipping down at the front, is completely standard and it's running a 2.9. So the DR10 out the box to me proves as a seriously fast car. Does everything you want. I mean, it came out the box in the first runway how it was, I got a 4.25, and now I'm already into the 2 seconds with it. So I'm super happy with the car. Just can't big it up enough. It's such a great car. But with the 50c Lipos, what I did notice too as well is I've done obviously a few passes, and there's only so many passes you can kind of do before you realise that you're not going to get much more speed out. But I was having a general drive about, and on the throttle, I don't know if I've still got footage yet, if the camera was still running, but when you're rolling and you touch the throttle with a 50c Lipo, it's straight up on the wheelie bar, and you can basically do standing wheelies with the car. So yeah, 50c Lipos, the outright time, obviously we're talking hundreds of seconds here, is just slightly faster, but the feel and the power feels a lot more. There's a lot more torque coming out of the car, and it's probably losing speed due to the wheel spinning, like I said. But yeah, super happy with that. Central Lipos. I'll show you them one more time. If you're looking for a cheap battery that's really good, I'd recommend these. They come with a wee cool, I'll show you just now, that you can unplug them for when you're storing them away and stuff. So they're a neat little pack, super thin, probably be great for in your crawlers and things as well. I'm going to get the UMG 6x6 out again soon, so I'm going to try one of these in the crawler, see what that's like. But yeah, thanks for watching guys, hope you enjoy that. Super happy now I'm in the 2 second club with the car. It's going to be shaving off minuscule bits now for a while, but I don't intend to change the motor or the SC for a good bit. I want to get as much out this as I can, and I still feel it's got a little bit more. If I can get into the low 2.8s on it, I'll be super happy, but a 294, I really can't complain. That's absolutely fantastic in my eyes. So I'll catch you guys in the next one. Stay safe, and I look forward to watching the videos you guys have got, and everybody else who hasn't got channels and just enjoys watching. Again, thank you very much. If you're not a subscriber, please click that button, and I'll see you guys with a video shortly. Take care.